Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Stargrinding with Remblob. It's been a while, and this episode is a very special episode because if we look in the top left corner here, I have 9,980 stars. The original goal of this series was to get to 10,000 stars, and we are here. And I don't know if I'm gonna end it here. I don't know. There have been other ideas. I have had other ideas for like star grinding and stuff, so I might still have some gas in the tank left. Maybe we end at 15,000 or something. I don't know. But the original goal has now been hit, which is very exciting. So let's get into it. I haven't done this in a while, so 93. Yeah. I do want to make sure that we get the round 10k, so we might skip around a little bit, but yeah, let's get into it. It's been 9 months since the last star grinding episode, and it's for a few reasons. I feel like I've talked about like mental health issues and like depression enough in this series, so I don't really feel like talking about it again. But basically, the latter half of 2025 and the beginning half of 2026 were just kind of ass for me. But I'm better now. I think I am in a good spot, just in terms of overall mood and happiness, but it was not great for me. But the important thing is we're here now. I'm back home, and I will be back home for a while. I think that's one important thing to mention. One thing is that I will be back in Hawaii. I have fully moved back home for the foreseeable future, at the very least until I graduate college, probably. Just because I just gotta figure stuff out with college, man. It's it truly has become like the soul-sucking thing that also sucks money. So I'll be doing school online back home to save some money, and so that like I don't have to worry about like being okay because I'll be at home with family at the very least, and I won't just be like living on my own with dealing with all my problems by myself. So that's good. But the main thing that's important is I'm doing pretty good now, so hopefully that continues throughout the school year. And yeah, that's basically all I'm gonna say on that. There are things I'm excited for in the future, so we're rebuilding. Call me Evangelion the way I'm rebooting the depressing franchise into something more I don't know. This analogy doesn't really make sense, but you know what I'm talking about. um, as for what I've been up to recently, I've been just gaming and weaving out, really. I think I've watched a ton. I've watched a ton of anime recently, and I've been watching. Not watching, I've been playing a lot of games. So, you know what? Let's just lightning round rapid fire. Quick review of like everything I've played / watched. I finally finished Dark Souls 1 after I played the Elden Ring DLC on stream in 2024, I think, is when I finished it. I gotta click faster than that, bro. And then, like, immediately after that, I was like, you know what? I wanna play all the games now. So I played Dark Souls 1 for a little bit, and then I've just been kind of chipping away at it, because sometimes that game really made me mad sometimes. So, but this summer I finally picked it up again, and I actually finished it. And even though you can definitely tell it's a really old game, and there's definitely some, it's definitely not as polished as something like Elden Ring, it's still a really good game. I'd give it maybe not a 9, but a very high 8 for sure, because it is really fun, and it's just like a really cool game. You can really tell how it like influenced the genre of like action RPGs forever. So that was a really good game. I don't think it makes the top 10 or is one of my favorites or anything, but definitely would highly recommend it. But I don't know if I would necessarily recommend Dark Souls 1 as a first Souls-like. It's probably a good one to start with, but you definitely have to get used to it. Because it's a lot slower paced than even something like Elden Ring, and it's also like very punishing. But the big thing is that Dark Souls wants you to beat it, right? So like, even though it's very frustrating at times and very sadistic, I think it's worth it. If you stick it out to the end, it's worth it. So yeah, Dark Souls, oh my god, swing gameplay. Dark Souls, good game. I'm going to play Dark Souls 2 and 3 and Sekiro and Bloodborne at some point. And maybe Demon Souls 2, I don't know. I'll play those at some point, but not now. What else did I play? I played Tunic. I finally played Tunic. It's a game in the Metroid Brainia. Like, it's not really an official genre, it's like more of a community name for it. But it's like a Metroidvania where instead of really leveling up like items or weapons or stuff, it's more that you upgrade your brain. And of course, as like Outer Wilds is like one of my favorite games of all time, I'd heard a lot about Tunic and how it was similar. So I finally got it, and I will say it's really good. A big surprise, I know. Tunic was really good. I really enjoyed it. It is a lot more of a... That's convenient, by the way. I don't have to skip around. I'll just get 10. I'll get 10k if I beat this level. It is a lot more of you get items and you get like upgrades and stuff that are necessary to like progress in the game, but like a lot of the game is you just gotta figure stuff out. And there's a lot of moments where like, oh my god, you could do that the entire time, which is kind of like what the genius of Outer Worlds for me was. And like the final puzzle, so the final puzzle of Tunic, so good. Like obviously I'm not gonna say anything, but like it's got some mind-blowing moments to it, and it has a really good soundtrack too, which is okay. It's not that I wasn't expecting a good soundtrack. I was expecting, because when you look at Tunic, you see a cute like little fox character that you go around and like, it's very Zelda-like, right? You're killing like cute little slime creatures, and like, you know, like it's very Zelda. You can tell it's very Zelda inspired. So I expected it to have more of like a whimsical, like that kind of soundtrack to it, but it had more of like I don't even know how to describe it. It was a lot more electronic of a soundtrack than I thought it would be. I thought it would have like more of a fantasy, you know, like fantasy Zelda type of thing. But it was very like, it was very cool. I really liked it. Something I did not expect. And the best thing about finally beating Tunic, honestly, is I can finally play the Secret Santa collab from Celeste Vlad, because one of the things about one of the levels in that collab has a level based on Tunic, and apparently it really spoils Tunic by like incorporating a lot of its like mysteries and stuff, which is like, it'll probably be really cool, but if I hadn't known that before playing Tunic and beating Tunic for myself, I would have been a little bit ticked off. But I've actually beaten Tunic, so I can now experience that map for myself. Another game that I beat during the summer. I actually am realizing, looking back on this, I did a lot of shit. And summer's not over yet. There's still like an entire month of summer left for me. What did I do? I beat this game called Unbeatable, which is a rhythm game with like a story, like an anime RPG kind of story. And the reason I got the game was because one of my favorite artists, one of my favorite music artists, Jamie Page, made a bunch of songs for it. And she has like a whole DLC with like a bunch of songs that she made. Some made specifically for the game. And so I was like, and the game looked cool already. It's like kind of a, if you've played Muse Dash, it's kind of like that, except it looks cooler. And I got what I wanted in terms of gameplay, but with the story is very rough around the edges. It's very like nonsensical. It doesn't really make sense. You're kind of just meandering the entire time with like plot threads that don't really make sense, and like a lot of the game just doesn't make sense. And I was like, ugh, did I actually waste my money? Was this actually like not worth the money that I spent on it? I bought it on sale, by the way. I still thought, oh, was this like a waste of $20 or whatever? But I read reviews for it like when I was like halfway done with the game. And a lot of the reviews said that like the story is very nonsensical and like kind of like not very good and very messy, but they said all of like the consensus was that they bring it back in the end. And I doubted, but I will say there's 6 chapters. The end of chapter 1 is has like there's like a prison break sequence that is really cool, and I'm like, you know what, maybe this game can cook. But then I was really starting to doubt, because the middle of the game is just like such a slog, and it's not even very long at all, but it still feels like such a slog. But when you get to the end of chapter 5 and then go into chapter 6, the final chapter, you get some really interesting and cool stuff. They actually do bring it back, and it's really clear through playing the story that there's like an emotional heart that is beating at the core of the game, and you can tell that there's a lot of love put into the game. So they actually did bring it back in the end, and I've been playing. There's the story mode, and then there's the arcade mode, which is like, you've played rhythm. If you've played rhythm games, you know what I'm talking. Like Guitar Hero has like a campaign, and then like the quick play mode. The quick play mode is clearly what they put like the most amount of attention to, because that's really good. I really like that mode. I've been working on trying to get an S rank on all the songs, and it's been a really fun experience because the actual gameplay is really cool. It's really fun. It's like if Muse Dash was good. I think Muse Dash is alright, but Muse Dash is very gooner. It's so gooner. Like, look at the logo of the dev team that made Muse Dash, and then you immediately know, like, oh my god, it's crazy. It's a crazy logo. But yeah, and also Muse Dash has a lot of, it's very anime, whereas Unbeatable is very it's a lot more like pop punk type stuff, like electronic stuff, which I appreciate a lot more. And I fucking, the music of Unbeatable is really good. I really enjoy the music. It's very hype. I just wish if the story was better, then it would be a much more of a glowing recommendation. But I think if you play Muse Dash and you like the gameplay of Muse Dash, then I would encourage you to. Then I would recommend it. Buy Muse Dash as like a demo to Unbeatable, basically. And Muse Dash is like $2, so it's not that much of an investment. I think that's all the games I've played. I have been very, very slowly going through Cyberpunk. And I think what I've discovered about myself is that I am a hater of mini-maps in games. I don't like them. Because they're too overwhelming. I'm a very simple-minded individual when it comes to games. I don't want you to inundate me with stuff that you want me to do. I want you to just tell me this is a goal, and then you'll find stuff to do along the way. I like that approach a lot more. Like the approach of something like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, like Hollow Knight, where it's just like, there is side stuff, but we're not going to tell you about it. You're just going to find it on your own. Like, if Cyberpunk just had, like, and I am aware that you can turn off the minimap in Cyberpunk, and I've done this. 10,000 stars, by the way. Collect 10,000 stars. Boom! Well, keep going. We gotta hit the hour mark, you know. Or the 10 level mark. Auto platformer? This isn't moon grinding, so we're not playing that, but that's interesting. But yeah, I like my games to be simple. I would like to master a simple system rather than try to min-max and super optimize a really complicated system. Because like Cyberpunk, the skill tree of Cyberpunk is just like, it's so much, man. And that's cool, man. If you're into that stuff, then yeah, I'm not saying that it shouldn't be like that. It's just that I don't enjoy it that much. And the story seems really interesting, so I will complete it at some point. But also, I was in the middle of a really important mission, and then the game crashed, so I haven't played it since then. Wow. So yeah, that's Cyberpunk. I am aware that like Cyberpunk is like a really good game, and it's kind of like a must play. So I will go through it eventually, but not the greatest. Not the greatest experience of it so far. But in terms of anime, I just finished recently Witch Hat Atelier, which is something that I've heard a lot about. And now that it's actually out, I actually did watch it. And as expected, it's really good, man. Very cool magic system. And like the characters and the world are there's just a bunch of shit that's just like, that's just cool, man. Like, and like it's they've developed a system and a world that it's like stuff happens, and like the things that exist and how things work and everything, it's just like, that's just cool. I really appreciate it. And like, I really like the protagonist, the main girl, Coco. She's a really good protagonist. I really like all the characters. It's just really good. It's just really good fantasy. It's just really good fantasy. Unfortunately, the anime did kind of end on a huge cliffhanger. So there's a chance. I'm not much of a manga reader, but maybe. I do prefer to just wait for the anime a lot of the time, but it will certainly. I will certainly consider it. What else have I seen? I watched Apocalypse Hotel, which was it's really weird. It's a really weird show. It's about, like, basically there's like a huge pandemic, and it follows, this is a world that takes place when humans abandon Earth, basically. And it takes place in this hotel that a bunch of robots that were programmed to maintain it programmed to maintain it. It follows them and maintaining a hotel that opens its doors to no one, basically. And then eventually, like, some aliens start coming, like, when, like, 400 years in the future, you know? It's more of a comedy, like, absurd comedy type of show. And for that, I think anime does do, like, absurd comedy really well. But if it's the focus, I tend to not really enjoy it that much, which is why I thought it was fine, but it had some good episodes and some interesting episodes, but it's just, like, not what I'm into. I found some of the characters to be quite annoying. And, like, it's ridiculous in a way that I don't like. It's really hard to explain. I think a good comparison for this show, the show isn't as absurd as something like Nichijou, but it has, like, kind of the same energy some of the time. And Nichijou is a show that is very hit or miss, in my opinion. And so was Apocalypse Hotel. I think part of this is I had the wrong expectations going in. I knew it was more comedic, but usually comedy in a setting like that, like a dystopian setting like that, it gets, usually it's like, it's comedy, but it gets, like, it has, like, a serious kind of core to it, and it does have that, but I just didn't care about the characters very much, so it didn't really hit that hard. I think a good way, like, I really liked episode 3, I think, where they get their first guest, and it's like this alien that they can't communicate with, and he just does a bunch of weird shit. And I thought, okay, that's funny. I really like that. But then the next aliens that arrive just speak English, and there's a reason for it. It's not like it doesn't make sense, or not English, Japanese. they just speak a human language, and so it's like, okay, if the show was more about like communicating, learning how to communicate with other like species and cultures, basically, and how to like provide like hospitality to different aliens and stuff, I thought that was a really cool premise. But then the next ones that arrive are like they just speak English, and they're just kind of like bumbling idiots, and it's like, okay, you kind of lost me. And I get that the point of the show is like you're supposed to be able to care, you're supposed to come to care about them. I found them annoying, so yeah, it was fine. I don't think it was a bad show or anything, but yeah, I just found a lot of very mixed on it. What else? I've been rewatching JoJo's recently. I think I'll talk about it more. I'll talk about JoJo more when I've actually finished rewatching it. Oh my god, I have to remember. There's invisible UFO portals there. It's bad level design, but like you just gotta deal with it. You have to remember this, bro. I'm too focused on just talking. I watched Your Name again recently because it was the 10th anniversary and they were showing it in theaters, so I went with my mom and my brother, and it was, I forgot how good Your Name is. It's like really, really good. Good animation, and like the story of the movie and the twists and turns that it takes are like really, really like interesting, and it's, I think when I first watched it, it was at like the peak of like Your Name overrated, silent voice is better. It was at the peak of that discourse in the anime community, and so when I watched it, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it's like, I agree. Now I don't agree anymore. I still need to watch the silent voice again. Maybe I'll think that's better. But yeah, Your Name is really good. It's like a really good movie. Beautiful. Oh my god, dude. Like beautiful animation. The characters are really really good. It's just like a really good all around good time. I really like that movie. I still need to watch Weathering with You, because I have seen Suzume, which is the third movie of this kind of style that the director Makoto Shinkai made. Oh my god, I remembered, but it was too late. What else? I'm really enjoying JoJo's. One thing I have tried recently, I don't know if I'll keep doing it, is I started watching anime without subtitles, just to study Japanese and do like some vocabulary studying into like immersion through anime without subtitles, and I enjoy it, but it's a lot more on the brain, and it's like I just don't really know what's going on a lot of the time. Oh my god, big Geometry Dash spider. I probably should. It's like I probably should do it. It's just like because I watched Ramparts. I've watched some of Ramparts of Ice with no subtitles, so I kind of don't. I know what's going on, kind of, but like, if you watch anime that way, it's for studying. It's not for entertainment anymore, right? It's like kind of a more entertaining way to study Japanese, but it's like, oh my god, dude, the spider covers so much of the fucking screen. But yeah. I made like another My Anime List account, specifically for shows that I watch in Japanese. I don't know. I probably should still use it. I probably should just like do it, because eventually I'll be able to understand more and more, and then it'll be more and more fun to it'll be a lot more fun to study Japanese. Oh my god. This fucking level, man. Let's see. What else have I done? Speaking of anime, just in general, I won't say what this is yet, but I came up with an idea for like a huge Google document for like anime reviews and stuff. It's an absolutely devious idea that will probably result in like hundreds of pages of text to write. But if I actually followed through with it, I think it could be really cool. But we'll see. We'll see. But it is absolutely devious. Dude, oh my god. I feel like I shouldn't have to practice this, but I might have to. But yeah, that's basically all I've been doing this summer. I've just been like hard watching a bunch of stuff and then playing a bunch of stuff. That's basically all I've been really doing. Something I forgot to talk about, and I mentioned watching anime without subtitles, and I looked up like what's a good way to do this, because like a lot of the solutions are just like you should download anime without subtitles, or you should torrent anime without subtitles, or like you should use this website or something. This also goes into how I'm like a very simple person. I like simple solutions. Like there's a bunch of stuff to torrent anime, and then you can, if you want to download Japanese subtitles, then you can download them from this site and then attach them on like this way. And then I was reading like, okay, how do I do this? And then one of the solutions is just cover the bottom of the screen. I'm like, oh, I'll just do that. Yeah, I just fucking covered. I just put like a folder up cover like the bottom of the screen so I don't see the subtitles, and it does cover up some of the show, but like the the reason the subtitles are at the bottom of the screen is because there's nothing important going on there. So like you just cover it. Like you just cover it. It's such a beautiful solution that I just wasn't expecting. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, that's just awesome. It's just like great. It's just great. I love that. But I've also been kind of playing Geometry Dash a little bit recently. I beat 2 extremes. 2 easy extremes, but they're still extremes. Cognitive Capacity and Matilda the Machine. Cognitive Capacity, I don't really feel like talking about Geometry Dash levels right now, but Cognitive Capacity was good. It was like an easier thinking space. And then Matilda the Machine was bad. It was just like a very jank 2.0 dual level that I beat because I wanted to beat. Is this level just auto? Alright, I guess. Yeah, I wanted to beat because Jeremy beat it. I want to beat Jeremy's entire top 25 and get all of the roles in his Discord server. So I've been doing that. That was a 4-star? That's crazy. The absolute state of like difficulty and non-demon levels is crazy, man. That should have been like a 2-star. But yeah, I've been playing GD. But I did get 90, I think it was, I don't even remember. I think I got like 91 on Carcano. It's a level I've been playing for a while. But I don't know. For some reason, one day I was just like suddenly really, really ass, and I don't know why. I was just like, I just could not do anything consistently ever. And it was really annoying, so I kind of just stopped. I think I'm gonna take a break probably from Extreme Demons because I played a absolute banger. My new favorite Celeste map in Spark of the Machine by my 2 favorite, probably, yeah, I would probably say they're my 2 favorite mappers. Above Zucchini and Ricky06. They've made some of my favorite maps of all time, and they collabed to make this one, and it's just awesome. It reignited my passion for Celeste, and I figured, you know what, with GD, it's like GD will never be my main focus, right? So it's like, it's always something that I'll play when I feel like it. So there's not really any point in forcing it, right? There's not really any point in forcing myself to play Geometry Dash when Geometry Dash isn't even like the main thing I want to play. So it's like, it's kind of like, just what's the point, right? And someone that's really reinforced this idea is Eric Van Wilderman, my goat, because like he's pushing 40, and I'm not making a joke at his expense. He's actually like gonna turn 40 years old in October or something, and he's way better than me. So if someone his age can be as good as he is, then it's like, bro, I have so much time to like do the stuff I want in this game. If I'm not feeling like playing GD at a certain point, then just don't. I'll just always get to it eventually. Oh my god, it's colorful. As if this entire level wasn't Clutterfunk inspired. But anyway. Fuck. What was I saying? Yeah, GD. I'm quitting for now. I'm not quitting. But I'm taking a break from GD when I have 91% or whatever on an extreme demon. Because I can. And I'd rather play Celeste right now. Guy who's Stargrinding. I'd rather play Celeste right now. But yeah. I say that, but I don't really know what I'd do in Celeste. I'm sure I'd find something, right? Like, it's my favorite game of all time. Like, come on. I'll figure it out. But yeah. Fun stuff happening in the life of Remblob fish. Stop moving the camera. This is like crazy. I had to lock in for a little bit there. I thought maybe, oh, it's called Clutter Night. I thought maybe there would be a jump at the end, but I'm like, it's Clutterfunk. There will be it. That's funny. Yeah, I just let go of the keyboard right there. I'll be 100% real. Yeah, anything else? Not really. I don't have much going on aside from like what I'm I don't have aside from what I'm doing in life, there's not really much to talk about when it comes to my life. Like, what are we doing? But yeah, GD continues to be like the worst game, and Celeste continues to be the best game. Ah! Many people are saying this. Actually, another thing I did this summer was I finally finished another Crosscode playthrough, and like, what a good game, man. It's actually just like one of the best games ever made. It's just the best. Like, it's so good. It's just like everything that makes an RPG good, it has it, and it has more. And they get weird with it, and I love when they get weird with it. It's like the story, the setting of the game, like, it's just so good. Very excited for whatever they cook up with Alabaster Dawn, which is their next RPG title that they're working on. It's in early access right now, so I won't be playing it for a while, but I'm excited. Very excited for sure. Yeah, just like a great game. Not really that much to say about it. I think I would have more to say if I had beaten it more recently, but like more to say like in depth about it. But it's just good. It's just good. Like, ugh. When the game is good, basically. Anyway, this is what I'm bad at when it comes to commentary. It's like when I run out of stuff to talk about, I can't really do the Northern Lion thing where he just starts talking about whatever. Dude, there's spikes there. Why do you... Okay, it's fine. There is stuff that I just think about randomly, and then it just goes away when I start recording. Like, we had this bit I talked to Cookie about us, how we talk to ourselves. How I talk to myself is basically how I'm talking right now. Except it's to no one and it's just out loud. The same amount of like enunciation and personality and everything like that. It goes, and I do that like a lot, and a lot of the times it just goes away. Like sometimes I just think of stuff and I ponder it for a while, and then but all of that energy just goes away when I once I hit the start recording button. It's pissing me off. Oh well, though, I'm sure I'll get better at it. If I actually start doing this shit consistently, then I'll be able to learn how to do that. But I'm out of practice. I can't really do it anymore. So this is what it's another reboot. Broom Slot by Genghis Gongus. What's our time at? We're at 50 minutes. You know what? I think that's good enough. This is fun. I like doing this. I miss doing this. And hopefully you'll be missing me, because this episode will be so good that you'll be hungering for the next one. But yeah, that's all there is to it. I guess we have 10,000 stars. Am I continuing with this series? I think the answer is yes. Let's make a post. 10,000 stars. Yippee! The average star count per episode is like 50. So if I go... $15,000 stars next. 15,000 stars next. $15,000 for the next Stargrinding goal. That's like a lot. There's been 67 episodes, and I've been like grinding other like extremes, which gets me stuff, and like insanes and hard demons and stuff, which also gets me stars, obviously. So you know what? This series. What's a new goal for this series? 20,000 is too much. You know what? Let's go 15,000. 15,000 stars will mark the end of the series. Well, we're putting an extension on it. Anyway, these first 67 episodes have been a blast to record. I've really enjoyed this series, and I want to do it more. So yeah, this series will end at 15,000 stars. This series will end then, but this episode is ended now. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening. I have been Remblob, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.